Unmasking a hitherto unexamined, yet deeply complex theme in a classic sitcom, so that fans old and new may see the series in an entirely different and more intriguing light. I'll be your host, Professor Oddfellow. Marooned gray areas of identity on Gilligan's Island. It all sounds so simple. 7 castaways on a 3-hour tour to a single island. Did you do the math? They took it to 11. Once you run out of fingers, you're stranded in theoretical territory. Disguised as a mindless sitcom, Gilligan's Island is just too complicated for simple structural models. And that's why it has been in constant syndication for over half a century. To this day, no one at all has solved the puzzle of fractured identity that permeates and haunts every episode. You may know them as Gilligan, Skipper, Thurston, Lovey, Ginger, Professor, and Marianne, but they answer to Wachowski, McInerney, Lefkowitz, Ferguson, Entwistle, and Laryngitis.
Sing out when I call your name. Wachowski. Here. McInerney. Here. Lefkowitz.
Oh,
Here.
What's the matter with your voice?
Laryngitis. Here.
Ferguson.
here,
Entwistle.
here.
And that's not even the half of it. It gets far, far weirder. Just for starters, Marianne doubles as Ginger.
Hi, Professor.
Oh, hi, Ginger.
I'm Marianne.
Oh, of course. I don't know what I'm doing or what I'm saying.
Are you okay, Marianne?
I'm fine, but why did you call me Marianne?
Why did I call you Marianne?
Yes,
You're not Marianne?
Gilligan, are you feeling all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Don't you recognize me? I'm Ginger.
You're Ginger?
Of course I'm Ginger. But she can't be me because I'm me.
She's right. She is Ginger. Show me your driver's license.
You see, as Ginger, Marianne will expect to see a Marianne among us.
Well, where are we going to find a Marianne?
Well, one of us will have to be Marianne. It's extremely important that Marianne doesn't see Ginger until Ginger has had a chance to assume Marianne's identity.
Is that Marianne 1 or Marianne 2? It's getting so you can't tell the players without a program. Look, my dear, it's quite simple. Ginger needs a wig so she can be Marianne because Marianne is Ginger.
Thurston, have you been eating brandied peaches without the peaches again?
Let me explain and follow after me. Ginger isn't Ginger anymore, she's Marianne.
Ginger isn't Ginger anymore, she's Marianne.
And Marianne isn't Marianne anymore because she's Ginger.
And Marianne isn't Marianne anymore because she's Ginger.
By Jove, I think she's got it.
And Marianne wants to borrow a wig because she... who is she anyway?
Now look, my little annuity, please let me explain one more time, darling.
Hi, Ginger. Hi, Marianne.
You know, when she saw the girl she thought she was, I'm afraid it was more than her mind could accept.
Forget about Marianne. What about me? Why did I see another Ginger?
I believe I found a plan to help Marianne regain her identity.
Wouldn't it be better if she went back to being herself?
And I'm sure the real world of Marianne will push out the dream world of Ginger, and Marianne will become Marianne again.
Gilligan, what's wrong with you?
Gilligan! What's wrong with you? I'm Marianne!
Oh, now Gilligan thinks he's Marianne. Oh, brother. Marianne still thinks she's Ginger, and now Gilligan thinks he's Marianne. I've got to talk to the professor.
Did I hear correctly? Gilligan is Marianne?
I thought Ginger was Marianne.
We've got 3 Mariannes, and we're fresh out of Gilligan's and Ginger.
He's Marianne? What's happening to everyone?
Yeah, I'll explain it later, Marianne.
Well, I'm Ginger, I think.
Marianne is Gilligan. No, Ginger is Marianne because...
Will you be silent, Lovey? I just want to have a small, quiet, nervous breakdown.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't know anyone was out. Excuse me.
Gilligan? Marianne? Whoever you are, whatever you are.
Are you all right, Ginger?
Gilligan, I'm not Ginger, I'm Mary Ann.
Is that the old Mary Ann who wants to know what the new Ginger is doing, or the new Ginger who wants to know what the old Mary Ann was doing?
Well, I guess we're back to the old Marianne and the old Ginger.
Oh, and I was just getting used to it the other way.
Sorry, Mary Ann.
Do I look any different?
No, but if you're contemplating a change, I heartily approve.
Thank you, Mrs. Howell.
Thank you for what?
For telling me I look like Gilligan and I sound like Gilligan.
People say thanks for the strangest things.
Tomorrow evening, all your friends will meet the new G. Thurston Howell IV. Mom! Excuse me, everyone. I would like a word with Gilligan.
Don't you mean G. Thurston Howell IV?
No, I mean Gilligan!
That's great. Did you hear that, Skipper?
What do you mean, Skipper? From now on, it's S. Thurston Howell, the fifth. What? You heard me, son.
Oh, but Mr. Howell, this is
Dad.
not... Oh, come on, Mr. Howell.
Dear old Dad.
Oh, now, please, Mr. Howell.
Daddy, Dad.
Okay, Mr. Howell, come on, so, Mr. Howell.
Just wish that you were Burt Lancaster, Laurence Olivier, Richard Burton, and Cary Grant, all rolled into one.
It's not me, it's them.
Them?
Oh, yes, you see, I was sewing on a dress, and Gilligan came in, and he thought he was Charles Boyer.
Oh, good for him.
Oh, and then the skipper came in, and he thought he was Matt Dillon, and he had a fight with Cary Grant.
What a parley. Next time you have a dream like that, send for me.
But it wasn't a dream, Ginger.
Now, you see, you've convinced Gilligan with nothing more than a card trick.
In 5 minutes, I could convince him he's President Johnson. In 10, that he's Lady Bird.
Don't worry, Skipper. Give me a chance. I'll prove it to you. I'm a real good skipper.
Gilligan, to a monkey you may be a skipper, but to a skipper you're no skipper at all.
Oh, you look very different.
Yeah, and I feel different. And you gotta be a skipper. You gotta look like a skipper.
Oh, you do look like the skipper.
I do?
All right, sailor boy. Stomach in, chest out.
I won't stand for mutiny on my ship.
Your ship, I'm the skipper.
I'm the skipper. It's my ship.
What's happened to
What's
Gilligan?
happened to this two?
No.
I'll report you to the admiral and have you court-martialed.
When you talk to me, say sir.
He thinks he's a skipper. Everybody thinks they're the skipper except the skipper.
I am the skipper.
No, I am the skipper.
I am the skipper.
I am the skipper.
I understand everything perfectly. Ginger isn't Ginger anymore because Mary Ann isn't who she was when Ginger wasn't who she is. Isn't that right, Skipper?
Skipper? I'm your little darling Thurston Pooh.
Oh, my darling, you'll always be my prince.
Cinderella, it's almost midnight.
If you hurry, Thurston, you can kiss me for 6 more cuckoos.
Gee,
Sure, just call me Mom.
Okay, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Hi, son.
Now, the best way to be of help in situations involving a psychological crisis is to deal with the ego identity without destroying the existing fixations and causing traumatic disorientation.
Mr. Howell? I know how much money means to you, Mr.
Means a
Howell.
lot to me, too, Skipper.
Gilligan, will you stop that? I'm not the skipper, and you're not you. You're Mr. Howell. Now, where were we?
No, but I'm okay, but you sound pretty mixed up.
May I suggest, Gilligan, that your conscience became temporarily unable to handle the guilt of your misdemeanor, so you fantasize an ego image displacement out of your own reflection? May I suggest that?
Professor, I don't see how a smack in the jaw could turn him into a radio.
Well, he's not a radio skipper. He's merely a simple form of receiver.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if our little buddy could be turned into a color TV? I think Gilligan's been on the island too long.
I didn't even know it was Gilligan until it came off and there was no one there.
Well, when we find someone who isn't there, we'll know we've got him.
Everything's gonna be all right. Just think Mo.
Just think mole. Just think mole. Just think mole. Just think.
Oh. Well, forget about thinking mole. Think bat.
Think back.
Think bat.
Think back.
Oh. Hey, what's wrong with you?
I am a bat.
Gilligan just flew in the window!
He's still our friend. Oh, I'm sorry, Gilligan. I wouldn't hurt you for anything in the whole world.
Sometimes it'll clear up by itself. Sometimes a blow on the head will snap the victim right out of it again.
Why do you two keep calling me the skipper?
Because you are the skipper. Don't you remember the minnow and how we got lost at sea and shipwrecked on this island? Doesn't any of this ring a bell?
Not even a tinkle. Swell, I'd sure like to know who I am.
But I gave you the answer. You are the skipper.
If I could only believe you. I am the skipper.
But on a small island like this, it's awfully hard to forget Mr. Howell.
Who?
Mr. Howell. Your husband?
You see? I've forgotten him already.
You know, it's all right for the Howells to be a Howell, but it's just too tough for anyone else.
Gilliana, that's such a musical, feminine, absent. Turn around. Move for us, Gilliana.
Well, I must say, you two are a gruesome twosome.
You don't make us a thrillsome threesome, I might say.
You know, I don't think this is going to work.
Maxine, I don't know about you and Laverne, but I'm getting out of this.
No, wait a minute. Where's Gilligan?
The emotional strain of living on the island is a powerful force.
You mean one of us is cracked under the strain?
Well, it's entirely possible. You see, without realizing it, that person could be changed from a trusted friend into a merciless fiend. That person could be responsible for what happened to the women. One of us may have become Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Then one of us is not what he seems to be.
Well, don't look at me. I'm a fiend. I'm a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. I've killed them all. I'm a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Oh, no! Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Dr. Nicklin.
Remember, in our darkest hour when all seems lost, somewhere in the fearsome black of night, let us search for that shining star, which will guide us out of our desolation.
Because they went to so much trouble trying to make me what I should be, that now they believe that's what I am, and I don't know how to tell them I'm not.
All friendly, all helping each other, until
Until?
island madness set in.
Listen, they've all gone mad.
Skipper?
Is that you?
No, it's not the skipper. I'm Frankenstein's monster.
But in Petit Point, you go in and out, in and out.
Madame Lafarge, they are trying to kill me.
Okay, Captain Bligh.
Where were we?
Oh, he's a good ball. Here, Stinky Cat.
Yes, we can pretend we're Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson.
Can I be Dr. Watson this time?
But Mary Ann isn't herself.
You're telling me.
Listen to me. I am great. What Tumby?
Toby.
Are you ready for this? Guess who thinks she's a goddess? Would I be too far off if I guessed Mrs. Howell? When I think of some women's ego, it just makes me sick. I mean, after all, who'd make a better goddess than me? Well, now that you brought it up, I could think of just one other person. Who? Me. You?
Behold your white goddess.
This is the most thrilling moment of my life.
Here is your goddess.
Mine is the original.
Winomi.
Looks like we all came off the same rack.
I am the god of light.
No wonder all the nurses call me Miss Blabbermouth.
Now, we've got a lot of work to do.
Yes, Mr. Dillon.
Stop calling me Mr. Dillon. What'd you say your name was again?
Gilligan, Skipper.
Oh, well, okay, Gilligan Skipper. Would you mind if we switched hammocks? Hey, Gilligan Skipper. You're right. I don't like it up here. Well, Gilligan, I'm waiting.
Oh, sorry, Sheriff.
Furthering the complications are instances of doubling.
It's uncanny.
It's me.
Good heavens. 2 gingers.
Certainly is cozy, isn't it?
Yeah, you sure do look like Ginger.
But I'm not Ginger, I'm me.
Come on, dear. You're still Thurston Howell III, no matter what that mean old imposter goes around saying.
I am, aren't I?
Here he is, the imposter. I'm not the imposter, you're the imposter.
Skipper, there's two Mr. Howells.
No, Gilligan, there's only one. This fellow's obviously a blatant phony.
Thurston, it is you. No, it's not me. I mean, I'm not him, I'm me.
Gilligan, repeat after me. You did not see your double.
You did not see your double, but I sure did see mine. Aha!
Gilligan's up ahead there somewhere. I just heard him call.
Well, perhaps he's made contact with that other Gilligan.
Other Gilligan? Oh, boy, that's all we need on this island is another Gilligan.
Bye.
The question isn't how many castaways there are, but how few. Is the entire series a fever dream of Lovey Howell during an overly hot, personality-shattering, coconut-infused steam bath at her exclusive health club? As Paul Bartel said in Scenes from the Class Struggle in Beverly Hills, when you get a bunch of rich fat people who are determined to get thin at any cost, some of them are going to die. It's a rule of thumb. Yet surely not, if we consult Philip K. Dick's exegesis. As if referring to Gilligan's Island directly, Dick posited that while no man is an island, as John Donne famously said, each of us is an archipelago, like a colony of tropical bees, a collection of loosely interrelated entities which light up in patterns, game board style. Also, each of us is isomorphic. We're inside a great colony of bees, any number and combination of which can light up at any one time, like cells in a battery. Clusters, each cell with a slightly different idea of what it would be like. Hence the otherwise inexplicable diversity and variety. We must function in some very loose physical arrangement, but with a field exchange created, such as social insects may be assumed to possess. Each of us is that field, and Gilligan's Island is made up of diverse, discrete physical entities which form an exchange field capable of a vast variety of interconnections or firing sequences of patterns. Arrangements are made by commingling and by intersignaling. We are all like a vast compound eye, which shows a repetition of the motion of a single coconut, but each cell reflecting slightly differently. In other words, Dick seems to be saying, not only is it we who are the real castaways, but we are Gilligan's Island itself and the uncharted archipelago to which it belongs.
I do hope this book has a happy ending.
What book?
Cut the film!
Well,